Welcome to Driven by Janelle, the podcast where passion meets power and women take the lead on two wheels. What drives you to ride?
Okay, so today we're here in Las Vegas at Red Rock Harley-Davidson, and we are here with Brandi Moya. And I've gotten to tour Harley with Brandi today, and for one, this is like one of the biggest Harley dealerships I've ever been in. And Brandi is just, you're like, I've met some women motorcyclists, but you've been like the most knowledgeable and just welcoming. And so I really appreciate it. And so you guys, I want to tell you a little bit about Brandi before we get started. She's the founder of Sin City Motor Girls, co-host of Daughters on the Road podcast. She's marketing director here at Red Rock Harley-Davidson in Las Vegas, and she's a new member of Motormaids. Brandi Moya's passion for motorcycles runs deep, inspired by her father's love for Harley-Davidson. Despite an early urge to escape her hometown of Odessa, Texas, it wasn't until she rode on the back of a motorcycle in Laughlin that she knew two wheels would be her path forward. At 27, she got her first motorcycle and never looked back. For the past 13 years, Brandi's life has revolved around motorcycles, currently serving as a marketing manager at Red Rock Harley-Davidson in Las Vegas, where she oversees events and media while representing Harley-Davidson in culture. I am so happy to talk to you today, and thanks so much for having us, especially so last minute. But this is Brandi Moya, guys.
Awesome. Thank you. That was a lot. I don't ever realize things because I don't take note of everything. Yeah. It's just like it just makes me happy.
You're just living an amazing life. I really know this is just whatever we've done. But yeah, it sounds like you've done motorcycles for like a while.
Yeah, I think in 2010 is when I took my class, my very first class, and it was so funny because I took the class and I had a motorcycle right whenever I got done with my class, and then I thought, oh, I'm ready to hit the streets.
Yes.
There was like no, hey, you just learned how to ride a motorcycle in a controlled environment with no cars and no people or distractions. Yeah. And I said, here we go. And I started riding every single day. Probably not the smartest, but I wanted to put myself out there and I wanted to grow. And the only way you're going to do that is by getting on your bike and riding it. So that's what I did. I had a car, and it was funny because it would be 110 degrees outside. And I'd be like, okay, cool. Put my jacket on, throw my helmet on, put all my gear on. You're out there. Ride my little butt to work.
Yeah. So, was it scary? Like you passed her? I mean, it wasn't scary at all. You just did it.
I think that I like visually, visualized myself doing it for so long. Mm-hmm. I think I had broke past that barrier. Yeah. I remember when I was little, I was like the only little girl in school, and I had like Jesse James, like West Coast Choppers pencil boxes, and my mom was like, what? Yeah, like this was like, why does she want these? But I think that I just loved it so much. I knew my dad rode. He wasn't around very much, but I knew he was out there riding motorcycles. So I think that was the part of it that I literally, from the time I heard about motorcycles as a little person growing up, I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And that trip to Laughlin, and I finally had the ability to say, okay, like this is something I want to pursue. So I went to class and I just never looked back. And I worked for chiropractors my entire life from the time I was like 16 until I was 27, 28. And I gave all of that up and I went to work in the motorcycle industry, and went from making really good money to like being able to buy myself a Louis Vuitton bag too. There you go. All right, cool. Like this is not reality anymore. I'm glad I get to put food in my belly. But it was what I did it because I loved it. I loved being around the people, the culture, the camaraderie, the community. Like I just loved everything about it. So it was like the money, it'll come if it's meant. But thankfully now I'm able to feed myself. That's great. But yeah, it was a choice that I made, and I'm so thankful because I don't know, I get to live it every single day. I don't take a break from what I do every day.
Right.
It's really nice.
Yeah, and I think it's good to like be passionate about something, and if you can make money with it, like that combined, I think that's like the richest anyone could ever be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Like there's times that I'm like, man, why do I do this to myself? Like I can go work a 9-to-5 job and just like clock in, clock out, and get on my bike and completely let go and just enjoy it, and make a lot more money. But nobody's gonna understand, especially at our dealership. We've got such great dealership leadership. We've got such good leadership that my boss is very, very like understanding whenever I'm like, I'm blown, like my brain's gone, I can't function, I'm sick to my stomach, like stress levels are way too high, I need to go ride. There's not anybody else that's going to understand that feeling that you get in your gut and that you just need to go. And Mike Plen, our GM, he understands that. And he's like, hey, you're going to be more productive if you go get your mind right. Go get your mind right. And I mean, mental health, this is where you need to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing. And like I said, I've gone back and forth where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. And then it comes down to that. Like, I'm not going to get the quality of life that I about.
Yeah. Like, I'll get one mic. So we just gotta maximize it.
You gotta choose the path of most excitement. Like, that's something I've heard. And like, I haven't veered from that. One of my girlfriends shared it with me a couple years ago. And she's like, what makes you happy? And I'm like, this. And she's like, cool, choose it every time. And I'm like, oh yeah, like duh, why wouldn't I do that?
So simple, right? Like it seems so simple, and I don't know why it's so complicated, but I guess like the whole money thing, having to eat. But besides that part, if you could just choose it every time, like wake up every day and just choose to do what makes you happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Life would be so much more enjoyable.
Yeah. If everyone could just do that.
Right.
So,
can we just flip that switch?
Yeah. So you're working in Cairo, and so you just quit?
I just quit.
So like you passed your motorcycle safety and you're like, you walk in.
I worked for about a year for the chiropractor after I started riding. And in that time, like I was like, okay, I want to do certain things in the community. And then, so I started like bringing community together, and I used the chiropractic office to bring us together. Marketing.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. And then I realized like, this is like what I wasn't at work. Like I'd be at work and I'd be making a motorcycle. I'd be thinking of ways to bring people together at my work so that I could do both things together. So I was like, it's not fair to him. I mean, he's paying me to be here and I'm mentally not here. Like I'm on my motorcycle.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. So you quit, and did you start working here right away?
I didn't. I went to work at a couple other dealerships. I tried answering the phone. Reception, right? Easiest place to get in. I was like, tried that. I did title work, which one's interesting. I mean, I'm very admin. I managed 6 chiropractic clinics from myself and at a very young age. So I was like, I can do admin stuff. This will be easy.
Yes.
And Mike actually hired me here twice. The first time I was on my way to Sturgis, and he was like, hey, I want to offer you a job. Can you go take a drug test? I was like, yeah, that sounds great. Go do my drug test, do all the things, get here. And I'm like, I'm scared. And then he was like, why? And I was like, well, because I heard the moment you go work for a Harley-Davidson dealership, you will never get to ride. You'll never get to be part of the community. You just show up to work, and it burns you out. And I was like, I can see that, right? And anything and everything that we do, it comes to that point. But I was like, nope, scared. Won't do it. Not doing it. I was like, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Thank you. And yeah, I said no. And then I decided I want to try it again. So I reached out to Mike, or he reached out to me. I'm not sure how it went.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I have a marketing position open, overseeing like events and stuff. And I was like, well, that could be fun. You know, to be down for that. I do it every month for the girls. Like Sin City Moto Girls, we have a ride, we do an activity, and then like a volunteer thing. 3 opportunities for women to connect. whether they've started riding already or they haven't. There's an opportunity for them to meet women that already ride. So I was like, I'm already doing that, so why not?
Right.
So I said, okay, let's give it a shot. But Mike, you know how much I like to ride. And he was like, I understand that. And he goes, and we'll figure it out. Like if it becomes a problem or we need to figure things out when I get there, we'll figure it out. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So I've been with him for 5 years now. Been here at the dealership for 5 years. And I don't see myself not being here. I told him, well, even if the marketing department gets cut because budgets or whatever, I guess I'll be washing toilets.
I'm still coming in.
I'm still coming in. I'm clocking in. Paying me something. I don't know. I'm going to do something to earn money.
That's amazing. But it's also amazing to just have a space like this. Like, I know it's a job, but it's like a space.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like we always talk about clocking in and clocking out. I get in trouble for clocking in and clocking out all the time, but I'm like, I'm on the clock 24/7. I don't come off the clock. When I leave the dealership, I'm surrounded around people and we're talking motorcycles. So connecting people that way. On the weekends, it's like, what adventures next? Where are we going? Are we riding? So then again, it's here. Like, I don't turn off. There's no clocking out. I love what I do. I love getting people on motorcycles and enjoying life. So
It's amazing.
there's no clocking in and clocking out.
It's like lucky to have you. I'm sure you're like have a space, but Mike, lucky to have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it goes both ways. We're both very grateful for one another.
So you mentioned Sturgis. I said, right?
It's just Sturgis.
Because that's I mean, because I'd heard of the Oyster Run, so everyone knows I'm very new at writing. So Oyster Run's a big deal, and then my dad has a BMW bike, and I was like, Dad, I've never learned how to ride. I'm gonna do this. He's like, you have to go to Sturgis. And I was like, what is that? He's like, how do you not know? I'm like, I'm not going to do it now. But it's really large.
Sturgis is the mecca of motorcycles. Sturgis is like a must I've done it. This is like 10th year in a row, but is it my 10th year or my 9th year? I don't know, but every year it's just like something I don't pass it up. Like I can pass up Daytona Bike Week. I can pass up, I've never been to Laconia, which I'd love to do Laconia one year, but Sturgis is not one of those things. It's like a must. You get to reconnect with all of my friends throughout the entire United States. We get to go ride on some amazing roads. The Black Hills are mind-blowing beautiful, from winding roads to animals and beautiful sunrises and sunsets. So it's pretty amazing, and it is a party. Obviously, that's the main thing.
Combination.
Everybody is. Yeah. I'm like, I started off in that like whole craziness, and it was great. Stayed at the Buffalo Chip, didn't sleep, burnouts all night, beers all night. So now I stay downtown on like right off the Lizelle in a house, and I'm in bed by 3:30, and I wake up before the sun rises. So things have changed over the years, but Sturgis is amazing. You should definitely put it on the list.
We'll do it.
And go ahead. We need to do a babes ride out event.
And that is
An all girls camp out.
okay.
It's so cool. Again, from people that have never been to a single event, never been anywhere on their motorcycles except the Riding Academy range, and then they come to this camp out and they meet women from all over the world.
Wow, wait, foreign and where?
So I believe they have like 6 or 7 of them now, mainly in California. Though this picture back here that I shared with you guys. So this was on the way to the Babes Ride Out in Sturgis, Deadwood this year. So it was all of us girls, and we rode from Vegas, except all of us are mainly from Vegas. She's from Indy, and then she's from Arizona. But yeah, the rest of us were here, but jumped on bikes. Those are Pan Americas. So what BMW does your dad ride?
It says
GS?
yeah,
GS?
1600. Yes.
Probably is GS. It might be an adventure bike. That's what they're known for. So that's what we're on, is the Harley-Davidson adventure bikes.
Okay.
They're really, really cool. I love them because they're on-road and off-road. And I found myself riding off-road way too much on my soft tails. So I'm so thankful that Harley-Davidson got us these bikes to ride.
That's so super cool.
The Babes Ride Out is one you should definitely check out, just to like get your feet wet and like just, I don't know, it's like a safe place, I would say. Like, it's like, yeah. And then like the bigger rallies are amazing, but it's kind of like pasture. It's like this chaos kind of, which is awesome. Like, it's motorcycles, it's fun, I love it. But the girl stuff, I think, is just like kind of more like our pace.
Right.
Like, we can not worry about being judged by the guys or hearing the comments or the hoots and hollers. You just kind of get to exist.
Yeah.
Make friends and connections and plan awesome road trips. I mean, that's what we did. We didn't stay at the campground this year. We stayed across the street in the house with an amazing hot tub. But it was still cool because like we invited girls that got in late. We had one friend actually that she was coming from California that was super late, and one of the girls brought her up in the pitch dark because she got to camp so late. She was like, well, I could go set up my tent in the dark. And we're like, girl, no, get to the house, like come inside, sleep in a bed, wake up, and then tomorrow morning put up your tent and stuff. But yeah, like that's the best part of it. You get to do things and not be worried about being judged or talked about. You know, you just help one another, plan road trips, enjoy life.
Yeah. Well, you definitely seem like a woman who supports women.
I am totally.
Yeah. Which is just, it's so amazing. Because, I mean, I know you told me earlier. I know there's not as many women motorcyclists as men. Like, I know that. But a lot of times you never think about it. Like, you never think of why. And I feel like sometimes in so many different fields, that's how it is. And you're like, I don't even know. Sometimes you just don't wonder why. We just try to get in, but we don't wonder why. But I guess, like, what's been your experience, you know, becoming a motorcyclist as a woman? Or I guess, what have you seen to make you start sensing motor girls?
So I rode with nothing but guys when I first started riding, I rode with my ex-husband and all of his friends. I mean, that was from 2010 till 2016, like when I started sensing one of those. But yeah, rode with nothing but guys. So I didn't really think about it. Like I just knew I wanted to ride, and they were riding and they were going places like on adventures. So I was like, yes. Yep. But then I was like, I love riding with the guys because we're ripping and being fun, but I don't know, I need like some girl time in my life. So I just started following like bikes that look like girls' bikes. I'd already like followed a bunch of women on Instagram and stuff, and I'd heard of the Litas, I'd heard of the Motormaids. I did some deep digging and like just different clubs and stuff, like women clubs. And I was like, I don't really want to be tied to a club. I would rather just be able to do what I want, ride when I want, with who I want to. And so then I was like, well, like I had like four or five girls that I rode with. I was like, let's start a group. Let's just all get together and do things and invite other girls to come ride, and it'll be great and it'll be fun. Yeah. They were like, yeah, Brandi, that sounds crazy. They're like, I don't know about that. I was like, it'll be fun, you guys. Trust me. It started off with us just buying like little hoodies. Yeah. And the girls are like, we were stoked on it because we were somebody now, right? Like we were all we got the hoodies. We're official. Yeah. And then I'm just crazy a little, I guess. I was like, I want to just be us. Like, I want everybody to feel welcome. They want more of it to like know that they can do this if they want to. And so then I started reaching out to like different motorcycle shops in Vegas, and I was like, hey, like, would you guys teach us how to change our oil? How do we know it's like safe to get on the road, like on our bikes? Like, is there something we should be checking? Like, I knew riding with the boys. Like, my ex-husband prepped everything for me. Like, I really just got on my bike and rode. Like, yeah, I didn't have to worry if my lug nuts, or not lug nuts, we don't have lug nuts, but like the tire pressure was off or my bars were loose or anything. He always did all that stuff. So I was like, I want to be able to jump on the road and do these things. So we should obviously ask for the help to figure this out together, right? So I started doing like little workshops, and then that's kind of when I was like, well, if like we're gonna be doing these workshops, like we should raise money and get girls to ride motorcycles legit. Like there was so many girls that were like, oh, I don't have a license because my dad bought me this bike or my boyfriend bought me the bike, and they were like, just do it, you can do it, just go. And they're like, so they started riding motorcycles and they never took a class. Yeah. I like just being around more women and creating this space for them, I was like, oh, that's not safe. Like, I don't want anybody running into the rear end of me as we're riding down the road, you know? So then that's when I just deep dove, both feet in, started doing the meetups and raising money to be able to send girls to school. And then that's when Jackie, she was an attorney in town. She was like, Brandi, rebels are gambling. And I was like, gambling? What do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean? Well, the state of Nevada, they are, because we're such, like, the mob handles everything there. It's like it's casino business. I don't know, something like that. There's some law in Nevada that's not, you can't just raise money.
Oh,
So it's gambling. The raffles are gambling. And I was like, what? Like, I guess it's a chance of anyway. Yeah. I don't know, but thank God for her, because like, I obviously don't want to do anything to get us in trouble. I just want to make sure that we can send girls to school, we can raise the money, because I maxed out a credit. I think I put $10,000 on a credit card.
Oh my God.
And paying for school, for classes.
Wow.
Maxed out a credit card. Because I just wanted to do it. Like, I wanted to ride with other girls. So I was like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll pay this bill someday.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was fine. Like, we were able to raise money and so forth. But the Jackie, she was the one that stepped to the plate. I was like, let's do some deep digging. Let's see how we can get this legit. Let's work. And I was like, okay. And so thankfully her team was able to get us our nonprofit. So forever grateful for her.
Not gambling.
Yeah, not gambling, not putting us in any kind of situation that are come and take our houses or anything. Like, you never know. The law can do what it wants, and especially me not knowing it. You know, I don't know the law. I ride motorcycle, and I want other people to ride motorcycle.
I think it was such a pure tension.
Yeah.
You know?
So got all that set, and then it just kind of been a whirlwind since then. It's I've learned a lot of things. Had to learn how to keep myself safe, I guess, because there's a lot of women out there that are for women, and there's a lot of women out there that don't want to see women succeed, in my opinion, but had to learn to decipher that.
Yeah, and just seeing our figured things.
Yeah, that's super.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out where those boundaries lay for myself, because I would take things so personally. I'd get excited for them and I want them to succeed so bad, and it wasn't their path, and I took it all wrong. It was me. But yeah, I want this to so bad. But it's been a big learning curve, or a learning lesson for me, and I'm super grateful for everything that I've been able to try to.
Yeah. But I mean, you are bringing women together.
Yeah.
Like,
We are.
like it's a successful thing.
Definitely. I love it. Yeah, it's it has. It's brought us all together, and I love how it's shaken things up in all of Vegas, you know, and given people the opportunity to have an option, like women to have an option. Like, if they want to be fully immersed into a club and only ride with their sisters, they have that. We have several of them in Vegas that are really awesome. And then with the community, like, there's no rules. Like, you have that choice. If you want to ride with us, if you want to go ride with the club, if you want to go ride with your best friend, like, just ride.
You just get to do it.
Yeah.
So if it's Sin City Motor Girls, so you said you do like classes, like, I guess, what are all the things you do?
So this year we've got Sin City Motor Girls, partly been ran by me and Mama T, Teresa, for a long time. And last year 2 years ago, we tried to open it up to have other women on board to delegate some of the responsibilities. Before COVID, we were doing, like I said, a tech class. We were doing a meetup, just like at a restaurant for girls to come that haven't started writing yet. And then we did a volunteer activity. So anything in the valley that we saw opportunity to go volunteer, whether it was serving food on one of the streets that there's less fortunate, or it was helping at a kids camp, like whatever we could do to create that space for women to come in, do volunteer, and hang out.
Yeah.
And we all got to ride our motorcycles to it, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's what we used to do. During COVID, obviously, there was so many different ages and the space thing. So we kind of did a lot less. We still continued our camp out that we did once a year, but kind of tapered back on some of the in-person things. So 2 years ago, whenever we were were able to get out a little bit more, we brought on a few different girls, and they decided to go and create clubs and be part of exclusive experiences, which is awesome for them. And then we had some more girls come in and kind of go. And finally, we're at a spot where I feel like we have a solid team. We all know what our responsibilities are. And so our initiatives are a lot different for 2025. We're going to be doing scholarships, obviously, but we're going to be doing a meetup once a month. So it's a group riding class. So I'm learning not just the basics of tighter turns, maneuvers and things, actually riding as a group in formation and together where everybody's safe. So this year we're focused a whole lot on education. The deaths in Nevada on motorcycles has gone up so much. Classes have always been important, but this year I'm like, we got to figure out how to have less people tying on our roads. So I think that's going to be, and that's one of the main initiatives this year that we're really focusing on. We've got Zach Marsh, he's a retired Metro officer that's going to be heading those classes for us. So we've got the classes. We're going to try to get into some more volunteer stuff. That's kind of not the main focus right now, but then also just a meetup.
Yeah.
And we do an activity, and it sounds so crazy because we're like kids again. We'll like make friendship bracelets. We've done dream catchers. We've done different little like painting night. We have a makeup night. We're doing a foundation class on the 15th. So it's a Galentine's Day. We're doing a custom blend, like goddess, how to talk to ourselves and stuff. Yeah.
Did you even get this at like a men's biker meetup?
No, it's not.
Is that insane?
No, not at all. So those are kind of the initiatives this year. Like the main thing being the education, and then the second layer just being us getting out to ride. And then the third, obviously, it's not as high on the list, but the volunteer, because we've had a few different kids camps that have reached out that want us to show up. And I think it's so empowering to watch a group of women pull up and then play basketball with you, like a group of kids. I think it's just cool. I think it's, I don't know, I think it's awesome. It gives them like a burst of light.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's amazing. But that is you've done such a great job. Like I would have never thought to do all those things like a women's bike group. Like that's amazing.
Yeah. We're still girls. Like a lot of us are obviously, I would say, like a little bit more on the masculine side. Mm-hmm. But it is really cool to be able to tap into that feminine side for us. Like I know there's, I don't know, we like the girly girls like you.
Yeah, definitely.
We need those. I love when we all get to get dressed up and be very femme, because it's like, we want to be in boots, we want to be in pants, we have sweaters on and things to protect us so we can enjoy the road.
Yeah, it's definitely like, I feel like a beefy marshmallow sometimes when I get on the road. Yeah. Although you have to protect yourself.
For sure. Yeah. And I know that, like, I was, like, against Europe for so long. Like, I was the worst. In fact, the first time that I've taken the NSF to become a coach twice. The first time I took it, it was so funny because I knew right away that it wasn't for me at that time in my life. Because I was like, I finished the training and I was like, I don't want to wear my gear all day. It's 110 now. I want to wear like a little yoga pair of pants and a t-shirt and get my butt home as quick as possible. So at that time in my life, I knew that it wasn't for me. And then now as I've gotten older, obviously, and as I've rode so many miles and I've witnessed so many different things happen, it's important. Anytime I get on the road to go far, and I know it sounds crazy because I should do it every time I get on my bike, I'm in a pair of Kevlar jeans, or a long sleeve shirt, or some type of jacket to protect my arms, and then boots, just because we just never know. Going 80 down, 90, 100 down the highway to get to the next town. Aircrafters don't know. That's a lot of speed and a lot of sliding if anything happens. Yeah. So, but I should think that way, and I try to think that way anytime I get on the bike. At least something to cover my ankles. I have enough burn marks there. Some jeans, and I'm still very guilty of riding in a tank top. I mean, what's cuter than a girl in a crop top and a pair of Vans, right?
Yeah.
Bad.
Yes. No, I totally get it. And I will say, I just have to do it. But like for me, as a motorcycle injury attorney, a lot of my clients, they always come in and it's not from their own negligence though. It's from someone else just like not seeing you at the and let it go. So
but that's
excited about you.
For sure. And that's the thing though, when you become a motorcyclist is taking that responsibility. Like they're not gonna see you. There's like they'll literally scan right past you. I mean, how many times have you had a motorcycle fly by you and like, where did that come from? I've done it a bazillion times, especially here in Vegas, but it's so important to remember that they don't see you. And as a motorcyclist, like do the extra training to learn how to stop quickly. Like there's things that you have to do to be able to avoid those things because they're not what they're we here at the dealership we do a thing every year called track training day. And it's funny because we don't get that many signups where we're not gonna quit doing it because it saves lives. On a track, you're in a controlled area. You can add speed. You can call lead. Or kill those brakes. So then it just gives you like all of the skill to be able to go out into the road, like onto the road. You can use your speed. You know how to be on your brakes, off the brakes, in handles. What you can do in an uncontrolled area. So to me, that's like you taking control of your journey. Because you shouldn't have to say they didn't see me. They didn't see me. Nobody sees guilt.
Yeah.
You're not assume that from the get-go and know how to control your motorcycle. Take as many classes as you can. And you'll always pick up a little nugget. Yeah. My life is no price on my life. Like it's priceless, right? So whatever class it's being offered, if it's $100, if it's $500, whatever, it's worth it. Do it, because it can save your life.
Yeah, and it's so cool though, because it's like people could practice all the memes and all that. Like, if you have to do that, if you have to stop suddenly, but to me, it's like always so scary. So like, I wouldn't want the first time I like lean down that far to be when I'm in an accident. Whereas like your track day, you can practice that so that. Yeah, it's not just all new. Like, oh, there's something in front of me. It just stops suddenly. Yeah, just get that practice in. I'm ready.
You can avoid so many things by knowing how to ride your motorcycle. Mm-hmm. It's funny because like I'll have so many people that'll tell me, well, I took my NSF course. Like I did the basic riding course. I'm like, that's awesome. Good job. Because so many people don't do it. They go to YouTube and try to figure out how to ride a motorcycle. Yeah. And I'm like, no, you need like real life experiences. So it's
so many variables.
Yeah. YouTube is great. I love YouTube a whole lot too. But
you can learn how to cook.
Yes. Not very motorcycle. I mean, there's things that you can study that I think just those in person on your bike things will definitely help save your life. We had one of our guys here. He was started as a lot tech. Now he's in sales, but he was on a company bike and a car pulled out in front of him, and he was able to avoid an accident and barely lose a saddle. So we had to replace his saddle back instead of the entire bike. And then we're like, trying to lose it, because and he came back to the dealership. He was like, if it wasn't for that training, if it wasn't for me taking those days off to get that skill, he's like, I'd have been in there back in and I was over the top of that car. Like, that's the reality of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What do you guys offer? You guys offer so much stuff there.
We do. I love our dealership, and I love creating experiences and things for people to come together because it's awesome.
Yeah. Even with safety, right? Like that's something you can do communally and like have that.
And we do those. We do ride days, which is basically an hour, not even 20 minutes on the range, and we teach you the basic things. We have a jump start where you don't even have to balance the bike. It's into a contraption type thing. To where you can use all the controls and it doesn't tip over.
I started like talking to my dad. I was like, they don't have like training wheels or anything for like bikes or just something to where like I don't know what you're talking about, but is it like your bike just doesn't fall over?
It doesn't fall over, so it's almost like a dyno. It's a wheel on the back that the back wheel spins. and it's locked into a contraption.
It's like what bikers use, like if they're biking in the winter and they can't be like bicyclists. Like
Yeah.
you can like
Yes,
bike.
exactly.
Yeah, when they're outside, but you can get your miles in.
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
So we have one on our showroom floor.
oh my gosh. It's a bike because like this is switching with the gears. Like that's what that's so crazy.
And just remember, like, okay, so when you get home and you get on your bike, I want you to, and with somebody and all your gear on, with somebody in the area, just in case it does tip over, practice letting out of your clutch.
Yeah.
And once you feel the bike start to barely move forward, pull it back in. And literally just walking on and off on your toes, rocking back and forth, letting in and out of the clutch. That's what you call your friction zone. You shouldn't just always be out. Like whenever you're doing different maneuvers, to be able to control that friction zone.
That's a biggest thing. Yeah. I have practiced walking my bike a bit because so it was like once I can do that, I can add a little bit of throttle and like that's because that's something else. I've been slowly figuring out.
Yeah.
It's that clutch. That is a clutch and a brake.
If you've got like a regimen, like a routine that you do, like maybe once or twice a week, put it in that like routine. Like I need to go sit on my bike. I need to start it because we don't want it to just sit. So start them. And then just rock, literally just stand, sit on your bike and just on your toes, just back and forth. Like I said, garage door open, not close to a wall to where you're able to pull the brakes in or hit the engine off switch. But just practice.
Yeah. I've been doing it every Sunday, and actually I found someone on Craigslist. It was with Success. I was like, I need to learn more about. So after my stuff was like course, I was just like, can't do that. And my friend had the Honda Monkey, and I bought the real, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna learn. But it got delivered to my garage. I was like, I don't know how to get it out of here. And since I just posted on Craigslist, and I was like, does anyone want to teach me how to ride? And like there was actually a lot of people, but yeah, I just picked one person. He provided like his date of birth, and they said, I promise I'm not like gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
he provided a lot of information. I was like, all right. And that's the thing though, because like I was like, okay, so I can't even like meet this person. Like they have to actually come to my house. Yes. And so I was like, man, I hope they're not crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe if I like push the bike outside of my house, and then because I live in a townhouse, like won't even know where I live. But maybe don't judge. You will cut this out. I didn't know where to put the key. I put it in the gas tank. Like I didn't know how to turn on the bike. So I was like, well, I guess he's coming to my house because I can't get this bike out of my garage. But he's been like, it's been great. Like, just like, going over how to start it, doing the clutch. Every Sunday, we just meet at the Hobby Lobby parking lot. We grab some coffee and just slowly, like, I still haven't gotten to like, I think I got up to 15 miles per hour, which I know it's not a lot, but
don't worry about the speed so much. Like, just get comfortable. Don't even look at that speedometer. Like, literally just enjoy the ride and be clutch free. And then think of anytime any inputs that you think of have you ever squeezed orange juice, like made orange juice from an orange? Think of every input as like you squeezing the orange, right? So if you squeeze the orange goes everywhere. But if you gently give it a little squeeze, it makes that nice little stream. So visualize that, just making a nice stream of orange juice.
That is so good. I'll remember that next time. That's right. That's been great. I mean, I can go around in circles. I get a second gear. So I'm like, we're making progress. Like, we make large circles. Other cars came through the parking lot. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's gonna, and I try not to focus on them. So if I can focus on them, I'm just going to run into them. But,
where you look is where you go.
Yeah.
So head up at the horizon.
Yeah.
Perth feels great. It's not going to let us down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's been great. So I can go around in circles. I can shift up and shift down. I can rear brake. I mean, really, actually, I have the basics now. It's just actually like the speed and that's something that just probably my next thing. So speed.
And you're doing that on your road?
Cool. Yeah. So I think maybe I can get and get my soft tail out soon.
Yeah.
Because it is easier to balance it when you're going at a decent speed.
It's the soft tails are.
Mm-hmm.
I love the soft tail.
Yeah.
It's just a really well balanced bike. You're gonna love it for a long time.
Yeah, and I can flat foot that, so I think that's like that's a good thing. So yeah, I think I just want to get like engine guards on all bikes.
Yes.
And then again, I think that I'm like, even if I go down, at least red will be okay.
But we don't want to think about the going down.
Yeah.
There's gonna be poopas. There's gonna be little drops, and you're like, "Oh dang!" I mean, I'll never forget the first year I rode to Laughlin. I pull in, and I'm so excited because I rode on the back the year before. Then I pulled in, and forget to put my kickstand down. Kickstand just the bike just goes over. I was like,
awesome. You weren't on it.
Yeah.
I
was like,
so how do you? I mean, it's heavy. I haven't tried it yet.
So don't. Whenever you get ready to do that, we do classes like to teach the girls how to do it.
Of course.
But, 2 people is always easiest, but just putting your butt underneath it and kind of using your legs still in a bridge squat. It was right, the easiest. I mean,
so if I just learned how to squat, like, squat, if I can just start to squat 800,
there you go.
Then I'll be ready. I already do that at the gym. I was like, do this.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to do all that. You don't want to pick up all that weight, I promise. Yeah. But just different techniques. There's maneuvers. There's get on YouTube and watch a video on it. Yeah. I mean, obviously you'll be able to pick it up. I always ask for help. Mm-hmm. Even if I'm like, I can do it. Like, I'm just like, will you make sure I don't throw it off to the other side? Like, I put my kickstand down, but I mean, I've literally watched people like pick it up and drop it on the other side. Then have to go on the other side, try to pick it back up. I'm like, oh my god,
the comedy show.
Yeah. There's really it's so funny because like at the end of Riding Academy, we always tell everybody, we're like, okay, now go home and put your bike on its side and practice picking it up because you're gonna get there. So you're gonna have to do that one day. And everybody's like, what? And we're like, okay, just kidding.
I mean, it is a good idea. Maybe if you make sure someone else is with you.
I would have somebody else, and then I would have like a blanket on the ground, maybe some cushion. So I'd be like,
but it's such a great idea to just prepare, like to really be prepared for the worst.
Yeah.
You actually have to like practice. So you have to like be in that, just put yourself in that situation and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way you don't have that anxiety around it either.
You should actually do, that'd be cool for you, your firm to like host like a pickup clinic.
I think
like
so.
Your bike went down, like let's show you how to pick it up.
Yeah, especially because that's a fear of mine.
Yeah. Cool. And then you guys can invite the community. Girl, don't get me started. We'll start making all kinds of
that sounds great. Or whenever you're in Seattle, I guess with Motormaids. Yeah, I can always whatever you guys are doing, sponsor it or
that would be fun. Well, definitely excited about that. Motormaids will be in Washington in July. So yeah, we're gonna let's figure it out. If there's anything gonna do something, we can figure that out.
Yeah, I just love how much to be fair, I'm a huge introvert, so there could be lots of amazing. I'm sure there's lots of amazing women motorcyclists in Seattle. But it's just been so great to meet you.
Thank you.
Because you're so involved and providing so many resources for women. Like I know you were saying earlier, like women motorcyclists, like I don't know if it was 30 years ago or 50 years ago.
In the 1930s, when women were they were denied gas, they were escorted out of towns. There was so many women that had to literally pave the way for us. So that's
able to ride a motorcycle. That's just
ride a motorcycle across the United States.
That's just
like not another country and our own country. So they broke barriers, and like that was the main reason that I decided last year to become a motormaid. It's just because like the things they had to go through to
ride a bike
for the freedom.
Yeah, because you're not taking it, not like taking it to a job, but it's like you're not having to be in a workplace. You're not having like you're literally out in nature on a bike. Like who's being bothered?
Right.
That's so bonkers to me.
So that was my paying respect to, and honestly, I think it's very important that we do get involved and like get the younger generation involved, because we want these things to live on. Like, we long after I'm gone, I hope that there's little girls that are being inspired by the Sin City motorboat community to ride their own bicycle and then ride their own dirt bike and then get on a track and then ride the streets. Like, there's so many opportunities, and I feel like it's a great way to tap into yourself versus everything noise that's going on. I love that motorcycling is a community thing, but we get to put our helmets on and like not talk.
It's a perfect comedy show.
It is. I'm all, oh, we talk to girls.
Yeah, I can be in my own head. I have a whole head protector, like in my own head.
It's fun, like put on your music, and it's just like, I don't know, you vibrate and sing at a different level.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Thanks so much, Brandi.
no problem. Thank you, and thank you guys for reaching out. Like, at first, I get send a lot of ads and like people like to show up to, and I'm always like, is this a real one? Like, what do they need? Like, what's really happening here? So I'm glad that we were able to connect, and your team was amazing. Getting in contact with me, because I think I got an email from the Sin City Moto Girl account, Facebook, Instagram. So great job. Yes.